Welcome to the BumbleKast. I'm your host, Ian Flynn, the Bumble King, and joining me as always is my Bumble co-host, Kyle JCRB Krause.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the BumbleKast. This is a show where things happen, I think. Do things happen on this show?
Well, people ask their questions, and we do our darndest to answer them.
Sometimes.
So that's a degree of exchange. That's something happening, I suppose.
Something. Okay, well, as long as it's something, then that's fine.
It's certainly not nothing.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. We are recording this especially early, a little bit earlier than usual. So if something happens, if something happened over the weekend, we don't know about it yet.
That seems oddly prophetic.
If things went down, I don't know what's going on. You'll just have to wait for us for a week, and we'll be...
Well, we were never topical to begin with.
Exactly. The only time we were ever topical was when we were talking about the Sonic movie. That's like the only time.
And given how much time it's taken us to get through these various cues of cues.
Yes.
But enough talking about not doing it. Let's just do it.
Yep, let's do it. Except
today is a priority Q&A. So we have questions from people on patreon.com/BumbleKast and Ko-fi.com/BumbleKast.
Yes. And also me.
Oh, right. Because you're doing this.
Yeah. We gotta
challenge me every day.
We got to start off this question. We're gonna make this real awkward for you, as usual.
Yeah, please. I don't have enough excitement in my life. Ask it. Just do it.
Here's my question of the week. With Paramount announcing a Knuckles spin-off TV series, let's imagine you're the main creative force behind it. How would you envision the series? How do you think they could avoid some of the pitfalls of the characters' previous solo outings? Would you be concerned with running afoul of certain legal landmines, and how would you potentially work around them?
Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad at all.
Oh, darn. I was hoping it was going to be like, oh no, I can't talk about this. I was hoping maybe you couldn't talk about it because maybe you're involved.
No, let's get that out of the way first and foremost. I have no connection to the Knuckles series. I didn't know it was coming. I didn't know it was a thing until everybody else did, and I was like, huh?
Yeah,
okay, cool. I am curious about the live action aspect of it because that seems like they've taken the most expensive and complicated route possible.
Well, yeah.
I mean, if it was animated, all you have to do is a CG budget, TV budget CG show, which isn't going to look great, but that's a lot easier to produce than something that needs actors and wardrobe and shooting on location and permits and schedules and incorporating a CG element that people are going to directly compare to the movies. It's they've chosen a difficult path. I'm going to go out on a limb and guess that we're going to get an extended human cast, and that will take 90% of the episodes, and Knuckles will be kind of a guest star in his own show to keep things easy. I don't know. I could be wrong. Maybe they're going to pump some money into this, but I mean, obviously they've got Idris freaking Elba coming back.
I was gonna say they spent some money on Idris. They're gonna use him, dang it.
And that's all super freaking cool. It's just I can't fathom the logistics, but I don't really know a ton about TV, and I'm not part of Hollywood, so what do I know? As for what you would do, see, I don't know because we don't know what Knuckles is in terms of the movie canon. Is there a connection to Angel Island? Is there a Master Emerald connection? How does the movie end? Does he go back to the animal world? Is there even an animal world to go back to? Are there other echidnas, in this scenario? Because they were attacking Baby Sonic. Are there still echidnas out there? Because that changes the dynamic too. I don't know. What are the rules of movie Knuckles? And we're not going to know until the movie comes out.
Right, so, yeah.
It's that will define things a lot, but I would imagine that just the safest pitch I could make is a kind of Indiana Jones Tomb Raider-esque romp where he's out looking for treasures and there's an evil group of treasure hunters, and they're not allowed to get the treasure because they're evil.
That's right.
And you've got your two plucky human companions, the one who is kind of a goofball and he wants to be the guy, but he can't really be the guy because he's a goofball. The kind of serious, down to earth, who the exposition and scene setting, and of course there's got to be some kind of romantic tension between the two because that's the most brain dead option and appeals to the broadest audience. And Knuckles is also there to occasionally punch things. And if you want to do like a deep cut, the artifact they're looking for is the ancient hourglass of King Boom Boo. So like the last episode is your CG fest of Knuckles punching ghosts back to death, I guess.
Punching ghosts back to death. I like it. It's a good one.
As for avoiding legal landmines, I honestly don't think it would be that hard, especially if Movie Knuckles is kind of making up his own rules.
Yeah.
Because you can just do what you want. You don't focus on Knuckles, obviously.
Yes.
Which would be the first step to making it easier.
Yeah.
Don't focus on his lineage. Don't focus on his society. Don't focus on ancient blood feuds. Just have Knuckles be cool. He beats up bad guys and he looks for treasure.
Yeah. I mean, that's...
that right there is, I'd watch it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're biased, but yeah, I'd watch it too.
Oh, I'm super biased because, I mean, even if it wasn't Idris Elba attached to it, Knuckles show,
I'd still watch
you got
it.
Me.
Yeah, I'm in. Yeah.
Like, even if they decide to go super budget and now he's just showing up in cosplay to be Knuckles, I'll watch it. Not even in an ironic sense.
Elba Knuckles cosplay.
Dude, him punching folks and
awesome.
Just being a badass? Absolutely.
Yeah, well, I mean...
I'll pay for Paramount Plus just to watch that.
That's the thing is, I mean, I'm freaking heck. I'd watch, like... I'd watch Idris Elba just doing nothing.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, when you just have that much natural charisma, it doesn't really matter what you do.
Yeah, he's... Yeah.
I don't know. Ultimately, I feel like what would I do? I'd be spoiled for choice.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of unknowns, which makes it hard to say. And if the movie version is, just focusing on Knuckles being a cool brawler loner type, then the world's your oyster. You can go any direction with that.
Yeah.
And it'll be good.
Yep. I'd like to see that. I was thinking maybe like the main antagonist of the series, or like at least Knuckles' main rival could be Rouge. That could work.
Maybe. How would she translate to CG though? Like semi-realistic?
Probably awkwardly.
Yeah. So, but see, he doesn't really have a ton of support cast. So I don't know.
Yeah.
And each CG character you add, that's more complications, that's more animation. So I'm wondering if they'll just kind of keep it to Knuckles.
Maybe.
Just to keep it simple. I don't know. I really don't know what they're going to... And there's also the other side of the coin where this is just like a bit of studio fluff to try to drive up hype. And then it quietly gets canceled over the next few years.
Maybe.
Like, remember that Obi-Wan Kenobi movie we were going to get, the Yoda movie, the Boba Fett movie, and then Han Solo came out and it tanked, and like, oh no, we're going to make those TV series. Yeah, sure.
Well, there's apparently an Obi-Wan series coming.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. But I don't know if this does come to fruition, it'll be interesting. But it's such an odd thing. I'm kind of in the position of I'll wait and see if it actually does.
Yeah.
Very happy to have my pessimism shot down. Please prove me wrong. I want to be very wrong. But I'm just kind of like, we'll see. We'll see. Studios say a lot of things.
I think it would be pretty cool if they brought Relic out of the mothballs too,
Man.
Man, it would be like... I don't know. That would be wild.
I I can't see that happening.
I can't either, but hey, stranger things have happened. I never thought there'd be like a freaking Knuckles spin-off TV series. I especially never thought it would be announced before the movie with him actually came out. That's very, very presumptuous there. Oh man.
That's what makes me go, maybe just studio fluff, but we'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah, bring in Shade too. Why not? Who loses in that battle? All right. That's enough for my my ego stroking, I guess. Is that what my questions are? I don't know what they are. They're just questions. So let's get into some more questions. It's priority Q&A. This is Ann Tails starting us off. While Sonic and Shadow were duking it out in IDW Sonic number 6, the Blue Hedgehog evoked the events of Sonic Adventure 2 when trying to convince his ebony counterpart to spare Mr. Tinker for the crimes of his alter ego. This raises the question, though. Assuming the two worlds theory is false, and assuming humans don't exist on Sonic's world, which we didn't see during the Eggman takeover and forces in the Metal Virus pandemic, where does that leave Gerald, Robotnik, Maria, and Gunn? And if they are no longer canon, what's driving Shadow's current motivations and behaviors?
I've said it before and I've said it again. Just because you don't see something in a game or an arc doesn't mean it suddenly doesn't exist. We didn't see Angel Island in Sonic Forces. Does that mean Angel Island doesn't exist anymore?
Yeah.
We didn't see the Babylon Rogues in Sonic Forces. Does that mean they don't exist anymore?
I can't see you, so you don't exist.
Yeah, like elements of the lore don't adhere to object permanence. It's and Sonic Forces like glosses over 6 months of warfare. That's a lot of story that is not told. You could say Gunn got shot down in that 6 months. Like he took out all of Gunn. Maybe. I don't know. Forces story is not the strongest hook to hang things on, So it's same thing with the Metal Virus is, we didn't go to any human areas during that arc. We didn't go to South Island. Does that mean South Island doesn't exist anymore?
Probably.
No. Oh, it's Goofy.
Oh, does Goofy exist?
Gosh, a gem containing the ultimate power. That is not Goofy's laugh. That was horrible.
Yeah.
Gosh, where's that fourth Chaos Emerald? So, point is, SA2 did happen, going by the books, and Shadow's motivation now is whatever Sega wants it to be at present, which is nebulous.
Threadbare. Paper thin. But whatever. Here's a question from Dove. Hey guys, thinking to discuss the pros and cons of magic versus science in relation to a comics world? Which do you prefer? Which is easier or harder to work with in your opinion? And for Kyle, which do you prefer as a reader?
It really depends on the story you're telling.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it too.
Like if you're telling a sci-fi story, obviously you want a more science-oriented narrative. And in that case, do you want to have hard sci-fi or light sci-fi? Do you want to do a bit of science fantasy and mix it up a bit?
Mm-hmm.
Give lightsabers to your orcs, that sort of thing?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to go fantasy? Just straight up fantasy where it's, potentially more free to do whatever you want and kind of go by rule of cool. It's more a matter of what are the rules of your universe. If you're going hard sci-fi, then you need to do your research. You need to do the math. You need to understand the actual principles that you are working around and where you can bend and investigate those. If you're going light sci-fi, then it's basically chrome-plated fantasy, really, when you get down to it.
Essentially, yeah.
Whatever you want. Throw in some techno babble and just kind of smile and nod. Get on the hover bike, shoot the lasers. So it's what is it going to do for your story? How does that affect your world and characters? What limitations does it apply, and what does it open you up to? So and just what it kind of it kind of affects the flavor of the story too. Because if you do something that's more sci-fi or science oriented, people are going to generally expect something slightly more grounded. Slightly. I mean, there's a lot of wiggle room.
Oh
But,
yeah.
you're going to look at Star Wars and Star Trek a little differently than you're going to look at Lord of the Rings, just by default.
Yeah.
So I kind of like a middle ground. I like my science fantasy, my Star Wars, where sure you've got spaceships and space aliens, but you also have magic force powers and light swords that know when to stop because the force. Yes, that's my answer to everything.
It's an easy answer.
So like I like that kind of freedom to say, okay, yeah, hyperspace, you go into a tunnel of alternate dimension and you pop out in another place. Why? Because that's what the space doohickey do. And if you want to get into the nitty gritty, there's a book out there to read. I don't wanna. All I know is Han flips the switch and he and his talking carpet sample go whoosh, and I'm good.
I mean, I'm kind of with you there. I don't really mind either way, to be honest. There's a lot of what would otherwise maybe be more fantasy oriented media out there that has some science stuff, or at least science adjacent stuff in it, like inventors and alchemists and stuff like that for doing more technology based stuff, but also incorporating magic into it. It's not like a hard divide. I feel like this is kind of like the debate is often like an either or sort of thing, and I feel like you don't really have to be limited to that necessarily.
Yeah.
So
it's a matter of the property. Like with Sonic, it leans more sci-fi, but it does have some fantasy elements.
right.
But Mega Man is sci-fi.
Yes.
If I were to get back on the book and introduce, the evil wizard, that would feel very weird and wrong.
Yeah, there's some fantasy elements to Mega Man, but they're used very sparingly, especially
And they're run
to,
through the sci-fi filter.
Right, yeah.
Like even Burkana in X, even though she's like a witch, it's within the realm of the digital space.
Right.
So she's working with code and such. It's not like actual magic.
Yeah, yeah. But in some ways, it kind of is because it's not really explained how it works or anything. So,
sure,
not like it's not hard sci-fi.
No. It absolutely
it's very not.
But it's still presented as a construct of a mechanical character in a digital space. It is not
right
from the mana. It is not from the ether.
Yeah. And I mean, like, you got games like Final Fantasy VII, which lean pretty hard on technology, but there's also a considerable amount of magic in the world, and magic is a force that is used frequently, constantly. Every character seems to be able to know how to use magic. There's different levels of it, and I like that. So I kind of like a good mix. I'm more of a techie kind of guy. Obviously, I like my Mega Mans, but look, there's certainly plenty of room for both to exist. I'm here for it. I like them both. Let's get into this question from Pedanticat. Ian, I just had the realization that in a way, Nicole is basically a net navvy, more or less, especially in the post-Genesis Wave universe. This leads me to wonder this. Could Nicole use battle chips? And how would Sally and Nicole react to doing cross-fusion? The concept introduced in Season 2 of the network series in which a net navvy and their user could actually fuse together.
I don't know. I think you just pitched the Sally and Nicole game.
Okay, I'll play it.
Sally's invading egg bases, uploads Nicole into the system. You do your battle chip fighty things with Nicole, and then I don't quite know how cross fusion is going to work in terms of lore, but whatever. Sure, why not? Sally Cole takes on a whole new meaning.
Whoa, it's true. Wow.
But yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I mean, that sounds like a solid enough
sounds like a good idea to me. I mean, yeah, she's
fan game makers out there. There's your prompt. Go nuts.
Yeah. She would work as kind of a net navvy style sort of thing. I approve. I like that. I approve. Here's one from Sonic. Do they really work off a hive mind like shown in the Shadowfall arc? Shadow is a black arm / hedgehog hybrid, right? But not just a pure hedgehog with black arms blood transfused in him, right? So what percentage of his DNA is black arms and what percentage is hedgehog? Oh, and does the bio lizard have any black arms blood in him?
Gonna chalk this up collectively to I don't know for sure. Like, I'm assuming the black arms worked on a hive mind, and that's mostly built off of the fact that they don't seem to have much of a personality. And there's one cutscene where it appears that Black Doom is kind of pushing his will onto Shadow, and I'm going off of that connection to say that it's a hive mind thing. I could be wrong. It's moot because they're all dead. But as for what the heck Shadow is made of, it could be anything. It could be that he is a chimera of sorts. It could be that he was a hedgehog that got amped up. I don't know. It's not really super clearly stated. Given that Black Doom can use chaos control, I'm assuming that's a Black Arms thing. So maybe the Bio Lizard having it is a Gerald addition. But then again, the Bio Lizard was Gerald's dead end in the research, and Shadow was the perfection. But did that come from the Black Doom element or not? Why did he go back and tinker with Bio Lizard in that case? How does Sonic use chaos control since he clearly doesn't have any Black Doom DNA at all? It's a mess. I don't know.
Maybe he's made of simple curiosity.
You got to be careful with that stuff. It tried to take a bite of me.
Yeah. I mean, that's just, I guess that's showing you what he's made of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't think he's made up of a million faces. I don't recognize any of them. Here's a question from Off. And this question has mild issue number 47 spoilers. So if you're not down with that, then skip ahead. Given that Badniks can apparently be tamed, quote unquote, and Tails even comments that he'd like to find out more about that, does this mean going forward, the crew will think twice about smashing their way through hordes of quote unquote mindless Badniks that could potentially be saved?
I don't know. It'll be interesting to see where Evan takes that.
Yeah, that's a moral quandary. All of a sudden, the main enemy of Sonic games and the Sonic universe in general is like, they're actually like not just robots that are mindless. Interesting.
I mean, I think it's kind of down to a matter of reprogramming, and that becomes a question of if it's even the original Badnik at that point. But
right.
I don't know. That we'll see where that goes.
Turns out Sonic was the evil one all along. This question from Jams. I really want to see what all of that Knuckles / Rouge / Babylon Rogue treasure hunting entails in IDW and the games.
Yeah, I mean, with Rouge and the Babylon Rogues, they kind of, they go around, they steal / search for things. That's an easy enough adventure to figure out and follow. What does Knuckles do? Does he just go in out his backyard and says, I found a thing, and then reburies it? Found it again.
Well,
I know it's supposed to be a big island, but come on.
I was going to say, how big is Angel Island? Like, is it as big as it is in Sonic Adventure 1, where it's literally nothing except the pedestal that the kid,
well, I think the implication is that you're
Emerald
only
sits
on the edge of the island, but still.
Oh, where's the rest of it?
It's on the other side of the mountains.
Oh, man, the game is so weird. The scale is like, the scale is so off. I don't know. It's all wrong. I'm being told that it's the big cliff in front of the train station. I thought Lost Ruins was there. What? Angel Island is the big cliff in front of the train station. What?
No. It's because there's the mountainside, and then when Angel Island hits, the rock face falls away, and you go through the tunnel to get to what is Angel Island.
Okay. I guess that makes sense because Ice Cap is there.
Yeah, like the Mystic Ruin jungle and the old Knuckles tribe settlement ruins are not part of Angel Island.
Okay.
You have to cross the bridge to get to that. They were all one large landmass, and then when Tikal made the prayer and sealed everything away, that ripped everything out of the ground.
Oh. I really seriously thought Angel Island was just where the Master Emerald pedestal is.
No.
That doesn't,
it's just part of it.
that is, that is so weird. Like it just doesn't, I don't know. It just, it's very strange. Sonic Adventure. You don't make any sense, which is nothing new, really, actually. Sonic hasn't made any sense in decades. Anyway, here's a question that makes sense. From Pendleche. Hello, guys. Just out of curiosity, how would a fight between Dr. Starline and Perry the Platypus go?
Given how many jokes people make about that, I should probably watch the show just so I can get the reference and riff on it. I don't know, because it's a segment of Phineas and Ferb, right? It's not its own thing.
Maybe.
You don't know either.
I don't know. I've literally never watched Phineas and Ferb.
Sorry, Ben Dolce. I know nothing.
Yep. I know nothing. Sorry. This is the second time. We've done this. We've never seen a thing, and you're asking about it. I don't know. Apparently, it is its own thing within the show. So
okay, so it's like a Pinky in the Brain within the Animaniacs type of thing.
I guess. But yeah, nope. No. Sorry. Here's Solaris Stain with a question. Let's say Kyle and Ian get transported to Sonic's world in a classic Isaki fashion. What powers would you have? There are no limits to the power type, but you only get one. Do you think the two of you would get along well with the Mobians? Would that make Ian some sort of lesser god since he helped create Mobius in Sega's image? This is not the first time this scenario's kind of cropped up, but we weren't, I don't think powers were on the table.
Yeah.
We were just like, how long would we survive or whatever was the last time.
Well, here's the thing. Like, in some isekais, you get transported into the essence of somebody else.
Yeah.
Like that one story where the manga reader becomes Yamcha, so he knows how to manipulate the narrative. It's to us. And as far as we know, humans don't have powers in Sonic's world, so it would just be us. And I guess I would be that creepy new guy who knows a little too much about these people, even though we've never met. And that's not the best footing to start on a whole new planet.
I guess we could say we got shoved into some random NPCs or whatever. Maybe.
I mean, I don't have the... I don't want to be a speed type. That sounds like too much work. I don't know. Maybe I'll take after Big the Cat. He counts as power type, but you can also just kind of sit around and just be.
I'm being told I would get into a fight with Shadow. Would
you?
I don't know. I don't think I would. I'm like, I'm not a fan of confrontation like that. Physical confrontation, at least.
Yeah, sure. That's exactly how it goes. We get beamed to Sonic's world, and Kyle's like, "Oh wow, we're here. I'm gonna go punch Shadow in the face, Kyle. I'm gonna do it." Kyle, come back.
And Shadow's old. I'm not gonna fight a guy that old. He's like freaking.
I'm calling you out. Who the hell are you?
I don't know when this comes from. I don't know. I don't know. I'm confused.
Strange man throwing hands.
I don't know. Whatever. Just get transported into a random Pato NPC and a random Armadillo NPC, I guess. There we go. That'll be something. Whatever. All right. Here's a question from Godzilla. We know Knuckles' favorite food is grapes, but the real question is, does Knuckles use the grapes to make wine? Is that what he really does on Angel Island all the time? Watching the Master Emerald and tending to his vineyards? Instead of stomping the grapes for the juice, does he punch them? I bet he named his winery Chateau Master Emerald.
I don't know if he would have the patience to run a vineyard.
Maybe that's his secret hobby. Never know.
I mean, maybe.
He's got to wind down and relax somehow.
Wind down?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he doesn't drink it. He just likes to make it. Could just be the thing he does,
Cask upon cask is hidden somewhere.
Yeah.
In the hidden palace zone.
Yep. What do you think's in the zoot chute?
That sounds like something named when you're day drunk on Chateau Master Emerald.
I mean, yes.
I'm gonna get around with my zoot chute. Yeah. To call him another bottle. I'm gonna use some distilled chaos in this one.
Yes.
Here I come.
This is it.
Fin up the rest of them. Rest of them. This one tastes like leather.
Zoot chute is a real place, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yes, the name.
Oh.
The name is a real place. Let's see. Yeah, that's why he doesn't want anyone on his island. That's why Knuckles doesn't want anyone on his island. They don't want him to. He doesn't want them to steal his wine. He doesn't care about the Master Emerald. He just cares about his wine. That's the secret.
The Master Emerald is actually a gigantic bottle stopper. The island itself is one gigantic tumbler.
There we go. Perfect. Well, we've explained it all now. That's what the Knuckles TV series is going to be about. We have our plot. And before we take a break, we got a question here from Noni. Does Starline enjoy eating copious amounts of crawfish and shrimp like real platypuses?
Sure, it pairs very well with Chateau Master Emerald.
Yeah. Yes. Maybe Starline doesn't realize where Chateau Master Emerald comes from, but he knows that it's only the finest wine for him.
Well, why do you think they escaped there to get away from the Deadly Six? If the world was going to end, he was at least going to be sauced before it happened.
Exactly. Yes. Very good. Very good. Maybe he will spare Knuckles once he finds out. We'll find out. In the meantime, go check out this ad. Unless you block ads or you're on YouTube Premium or you're listening to the podcast version. In which case, don't listen to this ad. But listen to this little jingle tune, and then we'll come back with more questions on the BumbleKast. We're back, and we've come to you with more questions. Starting off with Scurvy Pirate Hog. You said you didn't think they would do the Death Egg robot or any mech in the Sonic movie universe, so, spoiler alert, now that a new trailer has revealed the Death Egg robot in all its glory, how does it feel? Me? I'm friggin' hyped!
This is one of the many instances where I'm very glad to be wrong.
Yes.
I'm super glad to be wrong, because
I'm glad you're wrong too.
Not only did they go there, they went there hard. Like, wow. So, okay. I'm ready for more surprises, please and thank you.
Yes. It's kind of like, it looks like, based on the design, it's like a combination of the classic Death Egg robot from Sonic 2 and the big old boy from Sonic 3 and Knuckles from Death Egg Zone and that. And I'm ready to see some crushy fingers.
Yeah, it's the Death Egg robot, but with the scale of the mass-produced ones in Forces.
Yes.
So,
yep.
Bring it on. Looking forward to it.
Yes, it is called a big old boy because he's the Death Egg robot. He's a big boy. There's a question from Wolfsbane. A lot of people like Whisper, myself included. However, a friend of mine isn't a fan of her due to her shy/quiet nature. So I'm actually curious. Will we see a more outgoing side of Whisper in the near future? Something that shows she can come out of the proverbial shell a bit and be more adventurous, so to speak?
We saw how she used to be in some of the flashback segments during Tangle and Whisper, but that's who she is now. And that's kind of the point.
She was
If you want
never
someone
like
who's
super duper excited or anything, right?
no, she used to be kind of giggly and bubbly and outgoing,
Yeah, I guess that's
and
true.
now not so much. And if you want the adventurous, outgoing type, you have the rest of the cast to
Pretty,
choose from.
pretty much, yeah, yeah. I mean, personally, I quite like Whisper. She is very unique amongst the cast, and I don't know, she's just an awesome character. I don't like to see her put through the ringer so much, but you've done enough to her. Leave her alone. She's been through enough.
Well,
But
look,
it's part of the drama. It's fine.
I think we've done enough. It's not like there's a serial killer with a vendetta out and free in the world now. With
No.
a specific MO of going after her. That would just be cruel.
Yeah. Of course not. That never happened. Whisper is shy. I mean, not with her freaking sniper rifle. She'll shoot. She will shoot. Here's a question from Hero of Light 13. Since as of the time I'm asking this, there's been little to no new information given about Sonic Origins. There's still a lot of room to speculate about the content. So aside from the main classic titles, what other classic titles are you guys hoping to see in the collection? Any particular versions of said titles? Like Taxman / Stealth Sonic 1, 2, CD, or 3D Blast, Genesis or Saturn, or other neglected gems? Just make it a 91 to 97 time capsule collection? Feed us ideas!
I must abstain. This is firmly in #knowing smile territory.
Interesting. I feel like I've at least gone through this before, but just do everything. Literally just the whole lot, Doesn't matter. Throw it in. All the arcade games, all the Game Gear games / Sega Master System games, all the Genesis games, 32X, Saturn. Throw them all in. Do it all. Do them all. That's what I want. But they're not going to. I know that. Sadly. So I guess if we're going to be more realistic, I would definitely be hoping for an updated Christian Whitehead version of Sonic 3 and Knuckles. I would like to have the option of playing Sonic 3 alone and Sonic and Knuckles alone, especially Sonic 3 alone, because there are some considerable differences from it compared to the S3 and K version. Chaotix would be a great inclusion, despite its questionable canonicity. Who cares? Just throw it in there anyway. Put in everything. I would love to see the director's cut version of Sonic 3D Blast done by the original programmer. I don't know if that's even something that would be on the table or what, but I would not mind seeing that at all. It would be a great way to give new life to a game that seems to be otherwise kind of questionably maligned. Throw Spinball in there, why not? Maybe give that the Christian Whitehead version too. Just update it all. Yes. Take all them 8, 16, and 32-bit titles, throw them all in there, and bam, there we go. That's what I want, but I guess we'll see. I'm hopeful. But I think even if it's just 1, 2, 3 and K and CD, that would be okay. But, the dream would be like the ultimate collection. So, we'll see. Here's one from Lewis MC. I had a simple question to ask. That Sonic CD goes in between 1 and 2. It's a recent decision, isn't it? Sega / Sonic team decided its chronological location now, or was it always like this?
That I don't know. It kind of depends on who within Sega you ask. Some seem to be of the opinion that, oh, sure, that's always how it's been. And others going, no, there's been some room for discussion. So all I know is that's how it is for real Z's now and going forward in the foreseeable future.
That's kind of how I prefer it, and that's kind of how I always thought about it originally, before it was confirmed that it wasn't, and then it was deconfirmed again. I don't know. Nobody can make up their mind.
I still want to put it after Three and Knuckles, but I seem to be the only one in that camp. So I will enjoy my lonesome tent. Thank you very much.
I mean,
be wrong.
It's not a big deal. It can go in really either way. It's not like the stories are ironclad between the games. So you have some flexibility there. But yeah, I don't know. Here's one from Joey, the Sonic fan. If Amy made an alternate version of Sonic with a very different personality and appearance, like Boom Sonic or Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog Sonic, would she fall in love with them too? Or would she be conflicted over which Sonic she should marry?
No. I think there might be some like surface level attraction just by appearance, but she's drawn to her Sonic. Like, the other Sonics are not the same. They may have elements that are similar that she can appreciate, but they're different people.
Yep. All right. Here's one from Scruffy Matt. That's going to probably get us in a lot of trouble.
Oh, no. Scruffy, why?
All right, fellas. It's time to enrage millions of fans. Well, I wish we had millions of viewers, but we don't. So maybe 1,000, maybe 1,500 or so. Which Sonic game has the best storyline?
Sonic and the Black Knight's got one of the better told ones.
Yes.
Sonic 3 and Knuckles has one of the best presented ones. It's nice and to the point.
I'd say like 1, 2, 3, and K. That whole span you could argue.
I mean, Unleashed is pretty good when you get down to it. It's a bit of a slog to get through, but that's more gameplay progression, not the story itself. Like Chip's growth throughout the arc, learning to appreciate the world that he's supposed to protect, not just out of obligation. Sonic being there for him as a general force of good, being present and supportive. Bickle being a one-off, but still kind of an entertaining character. Little bit of lore with the Gaia temples, and Eggman being a constant and actual threat. Getting to see more of the world. I think it's pretty good. I like it just fine.
Yeah. I think Waku Waku Sonic Patrol Car has a good story. Sonic the Cop, baby. Terrible.
I mean, it's hard to say best. I mean, I can find something good to say about just about all of them. I mean, Adventure has quite the scope, and you've got a bit of growth for everybody just about. Like Tails, Amy, Knuckles, Gamma, they all have pretty solid arcs. Sonic is, doesn't have a lot of growth, but he's the central underpinning point, and that's the point of Big. He doesn't have an arc. He's just big. He is. Big is. Just, it's nice and simple. All of Tikal and Chaos and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Good work. Oh, man. I'm still waiting for a comic adaptation of Sega Sonic Popcorn Shop. What are you doing? What are you doing, Ian? Where's the Popcorn Shop mini?
It'll pop up eventually.
Okay, good. I'm glad. I am ready. I'm ready. It's going to be popping. I wasn't corny at all.
Ugh.
Here's one from the Hobo Joe. I love hearing you talk about behind the scenes stuff, and I've always wanted to know the process for Enerjack Reborn. To this day, it's one of my favorite stories, and I know you've said it got House Cards cut short, but I'd love to know what gave you the idea, especially with how little Dimitri is in it. Was it just Enerjack is cool? I want to do Enerjack. Can we do Enerjack? Yeah? Cool. I know this was ages ago, but I'd love to know more.
I'll see what I can remember. I mean, a large part of it is exactly as you described. I want to do Enerjack. Enerjack's cool. Can we do Enerjack? Yeah? Cool. Because Enerjack, like the original Knuckles mini, was pretty much what got me into the Sonic books. And Enerjack's first appearance was incredible. Like the whole underlying sub scenes of him erupting from the mountain and coming in to confront the heroes while the main plot is going on, this almost Jaws-like approach. The main narrative is progressing and they have no idea that this thing that just popped out of a friggin' skull mountain is coming for them, and then proceeds to just kind of win for the rest of the miniseries until he gets launched into space. It's like, up to that point, he was freaking cool. And he's like an Egyptian mummy god thing.
Yeah.
It's just cool looking.
Yeah.
He had a great entrance. He was cool looking. He had crazy powers. The only thing is that the ending just was kind of a cop-out. Like, if he's got that much power, why is he stuck in his own castle in space? All right, fine. So then you get the Dark Alliance storyline where he comes back and just straight up takes over the Dark Legion by virtue of being him. It's like, yo, you're mine now. And they're like, yes, our god has returned to us. It's like, that's cool. And then he freaking cleans house with like everybody. He toys with Knuckles as an angry god, and there's nothing he can do about it. The heroes fall with zero effort. He creates a golden bridge for the Dark Legion to just roll in and attack the city. Like, he was freaking amazing. It's great. And then Mogul comes out of nowhere and punks him. And it's like, well, that's cool because that escalates Mogul, and we get him as his kind of godly form in 56. But it's like, yet again, the Interjack threat is nerfed at the very end. It's not satisfying. I want to see Interjack actually finished in an arc, Great entrance, great performance, lousy finale. Give me a satisfying conclusion to an Interjack, please and thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And did we do, was the Dark Interjack thing before or after? I can't remember now.
Before or after what?
The Interja Knuckles.
Oh, apparently before.
Okay, so that was a little bit of toying with it, and that's fun. Tracy Yardley's design for that was just, that was metal as hell. That was great.
That was cool.
But that's an alternate Interjack. That's not, the real one. You don't get to really revel in him too much. We get our DBZ-esque fight with Silver, and that's fun, but it's not. It's more of a side thing. It's a fun what if. It's not, doesn't quite scratch that itch. So that was one of the drives, is like, let's just have a kick-ass Interjack story that nails the dismount.
Yeah.
Tevis to be dealt with because, what was he do? What is his motivation? What is he even doing? What is his point? You had the long lingering eugenics storyline with Locke and all that needed to be wrapped up. So it was, and you know what? We hadn't really seen Sonic versus Knuckles in a long time. Knuckles had become the Piccolo of the series. You remember that he's supposed to be a badass, but he's just kind of around. He and the main character are just kind of friends. It's nice.
He's kind of like Worf, It's the Worf effect. He just gets beat up to prove that whatever it is stronger now.
So let's shake up the status quo. Let's tie off some plot lines. Let's bring some closure to it. Let's have our big, awesome Interjack return God battle. Let's make Knuckles super relevant to the story. Let's have a good old-fashioned Sonic versus Knuckles thing. But it's not just Sonic and Knuckles. It's Super Sonic and freaking Interjack. Let's wrap it up in a big, heartbreaking, cathartic moment. And it's like, let's just play with all the toys and go somewhere with it. That's pretty much what Interjack Reborn was. And that's what we got.
Yeah. Yeah. Very cool. And, this question's for me. Uh-oh.
Yeah. This one comes from Ava Arctic. Question for Kyle. What if BumbleKast edition? Now, Kyle was the lead writer for Sonic all along. So, Kyle, in hindsight, what are some changes to stories, characters, arcs, villains, etc. that you would have made back in your Archie run, outside of making Spark of Life being 8 issues long?
I mean, could it be that long? Could you get that? No, could you get enough mileage out of that? Maybe. Otherwise, what would I have done differently? What would I have changed about Ian's run? I'm I'm not sure. Maybe I would go back and fix House of Cards and make it a proper arc instead of 2 issues. Otherwise, let's see. I would have at least tried. I mean, if I could go back, I would at least make it more of a knowing what we know now. I would go back and maybe at least make the reboot a little less jarring and done at a more logical point. But that was kind of a beyond control of the writers. So it wasn't like, obviously no one knew that the reboot was coming, so that made it difficult. But if we knew, then maybe could go back and make it a bit more of a smooth transition, or at least try to fight to get the current arc finished first. Not to say that you didn't fight to do that, because I figure you probably did, but when things are beyond your control like that, it's kind of hard to do. Otherwise, I don't know. I wouldn't change a whole lot, I can't think of specifics. Like, I think overall it's fine. Overall, it's fine. My work is great. I love my work. You should all go and buy it and read it and enjoy it. My name is Ian Flynn, and I approve this message. All right, we're done. That's it. That's all I got. Yes. You can just put on the next trade of Sonic comics, you can put my quote on there that says, "It's fine." Put that on the cover. All right, and finally, our last question here is from none other than Radgery. You and Kyle have to get Yakuza-style tattoos or the Sonic IP dies. What would they be?
It would be a dead IP. I don't do needles. We had a good run, Sonic. You'll be remembered fondly.
I mean, to be honest with you, yeah. Same for me.
There's some absolutely gorgeous body art to be done, to be sure.
Oh, absolutely.
But I am not sitting there for that much ink. I'm not sitting there for any ink.
No, me neither. Me neither.
No.
I have no interest in tattoos, and I've never had any interest in tattoos. It's kind of weird that my mom has been the one who's actually tried to get me to get a tattoo, and it's like, no. Usually it's the other way around, where the kid is begging for a tattoo and the parent is saying no, but for my family's weird. So would I get Yakuza-style tattoos or the Sonic IP dies? Well, if Ian's not doing it, then I guess I don't have to either. My decision was made for me. Thanks, Ian.
And the fan outrage sends them to murder us and sacrifice us to the Sonic gods, which causes us to isekai over to Sonic's world, where we have no powers. And there you go. We've completed the entire story arc for this BumbleKast.
That's right. We've done it. This BumbleKast is now complete.
We'll just go up to Angel Island and get drunk with Knuckles, have some shrimp with Starline, coast around the world.
Might as well.
So now that we have our retirement plan set up, we're going to give a big thank you to all the folks who make this show possible with their sponsorship and donations at patreon.com/BumbleKast and Ko-fi.com/BumbleKast. Big thank you to Daniel H., Alex P., James K., John B., Jennifer R., Robotnik Holmes, Samuel P., Sam Cybercat, Torchbound, Mike B., Coupling Crew 128, Duis Din, DK, Andrew D., Dave M., Auth, Salute Your Cat, Scruffy Matt, Chris A, J Frost, Sony, John M, Noni, Hero of Light 13, Jib, Don B, Yami M, Lee HK, Lisa M, Ryan D, Chevelle, Blue Title Gamer, Tick Tick, Invade Turbo Tunis, Ben W, Fiona M, Final Neo, Sonic, Jonathan D, Dadler the Delic, Chaos Universe, Sonic Legacy, Daniel B, Godzilla, Nemric, Pedanticat, Red the Supernamic, Dove, Pandolce, Joe S, Chad, Solaris Stain, The Name is X, Jennifer H, Preston M, Nathan J, Ava Arctic, Les, Alphamon or Yukon, Sapphire Scarletta, Chase L, Noah S, Axis, Patron Saint of Chicken Nuggies, Saint Jerry, Kojiro Highwind, Professor Rye, Cameron H, Red Wolf, Nebius. That is
that a name?
It's my best attempt at that.
Okay.
Callum Q, Owen BD, Kimiko, Radry, Xanderoni the Painter, Scurvy Pirate Hog, Joey the Sonic Fan, Just a Mountain Soul, Turbo Crooker, Maddie H, Lewis J, Ty H, In Zephyr, Audrey Shrugged, KJB, Mox, Rusty Cook, For Sonic Fan, Techno Cinema, Netra 14, and Tails, Dream Boatin, Chaos Voltage, Derusival, Lacey M, Unlikely Veronica, Jolene B, Expired Bread 12.
Why is that so funny?
I don't know, but that's great. The Marble Gardener. Ooh, nice one.
That is a good one.
And Lewis C.
Yes. Some good names in there. I thought you just lost the ability to speak in the middle of it there for a second. I didn't know that was actually someone's name.
I mean, there's like it's like the symbol for a paragraph break in there somewhere. So I did my best.
Okay. Well, if that's right, let us know. If it's not, then I don't know. Let us know. That's it.
Going to wrap us up for this priority Q&A session of the BumbleKast. We'll see you Wednesday for the standard Q&A, and then Friday we have a very special patron-sponsored guest episode. It's nothing like anything we've ever done before. So we'll see you then. Until then, be good to yourselves, be good to each other, and take care.
See you later.
Recording?
Let's see. Yes, we are recording. Talk real quick.
Levels are good. Level check, 1 2 1 2. Level check, 1 2 1 2.
Okay, you're coming through, so you're recording. You should be on the recording along with me. So if you're not, I'm going to murder something. Maybe I'll murder crows. You've been listening to the BumbleKast, a co-production of Bumble King Comics and the KNGI Network. Original theme music composed by Ken Coda Snyder. Remixed intro by T-Lopes. Find out more information, along with podcast feeder links, MP3 downloads, and more at bumbleking.com and kngi.org. Take this ad break. Listen to this ad for Master Emerald Wine.
If somebody does buy another ad spot, does that mean we have to say there's paid promotion nowadays?
As an ad spot, yes. I think so, yeah.
Have we done that in the past?
No.
I don't think it's that big of a deal, but still.
I mean, for the older stuff, we usually make it pretty clear audibly that it is a paid ad spot, but we have not reported that to YouTube. But yeah, you're gonna do Manscaped ads in Starline's voice. Oh no! Sounds terrifying. I really don't necessarily want to hear Starline talk about keeping the balls trimmed. I don't need that.
Can we go back to the Q&A, please?
Why?
I don't want to hear about his star line.
Oh, whoa! Oh, no. Here's a good one. Starline shills for Raid Shadow the Ledgehog. All right.